this is Rachel from Hunt for Health again, and I wanted to share with you my oatmeal recipe that I make once or twice a week in the morning because it's good for you and because it's rather inexpensive. And one thing that I do before I make it is I soak the oats overnight in water. And the reason you want to do that is because just like the sourdough bread in the recipe that I made, soaking your oats can break down the phytates in the oats. Any kind of grain or plant has a protective layer around it that protects it in nature and, you know, to protect it from the elements and whatnot. And if we can break that down, it makes it easier for our bodies to digest. So the recipe that I make is 2 cups oats to 4 cups water. So this is a half a cup. So that's 1 cup, 1.5, and 2. And I usually buy my oats in bulk. That way I can store them here in a glass container. And you can buy organic oats even at Winco or Whole Foods or co-ops. And then we add 4 cups water. You could also add a little apple cider vinegar, but I found my kids won't eat it if I add it, but it is better for you. So that is enough, easily enough for 4 kids to have, probably even with a little extra. So all I do is I just sit that overnight and I will show you the next morning what I do from there. Okay, so we've left the oatmeal soaking overnight. So we're going to go ahead and cook it this morning. So put it on about a medium heat. Then we add a tad bit of salt. We're going to add some cinnamon. And I will give the measurements in the blog. And then we're going to add some vanilla. We're going to put the lid on and let that boil. And then we're going to get the bowls ready. Okay, so now we're going to get the bowls ready. So I always add a little bit of ground flax seed, some coconut oil, and a little bit of water to all the bowls. So we put maybe a half a tablespoon of ground flax seed in each of the bowls. And about a half a tablespoon of coconut oil. In the bowls. It doesn't have to be exact. And then about a tablespoon of water. Okay, so we are gonna, after we get the oatmeal cooked, we're gonna add that and stir it all around, and it's gonna make the oatmeal nice and creamy. So I will show you when that is ready. Okay, we've let the oatmeal boil for about 10 minutes on medium to high heat, medium-high. So you can see the edges are starting to boil. So all you want to do is stir it up and then turn the heat off and let it sit for another 10 minutes. So I will show you again in 10 minutes what we do after that. Okay, so I've let it sit for about 10 minutes and now it's ready to dish out into the bowls.
Mom, that's mine.
Yeah. So we're gonna add that to the bowls. Nice big scoop. Like I said, it's enough for about 4 kids with probably a little extra, depending on how hungry they are. And since the oatmeal is warm, it's gonna melt that coconut oil right away. So we're gonna stir that around to mix the flaxseed and the coconut oil. And then I like to add a little honey on top to make it sweet. And after it's cooled down a little bit, I like to, this is a good time to sneak in their probiotic, but I like to let it cool a little bit because if it's too hot, then it could kill the good enzymes and the probiotics in there. But this is a perfect time for them to take it without them tasting it. So there you go. There is a sugar-free oatmeal that is, like I said, inexpensive and healthy for you. So I hope you enjoy.